Well guys, with the 2-year anniversary for JP less than 2 weeks away, I figured it was time to do some predictions as to what collab we would see. Keep in mind this is all speculation and should not be taken as fact, and these are purely my opinion. Getting started, I have 2 collabs I say are equal and the highest chance of happening. The first being Final Fantasy IX. I think there could be 3 or 4 units. The 3 are obvious and the 4th is a possibility. First up is obviously Zidane. Now, of course, he would be a thief with the Final Fantasy IX attached to it, so the FFIX. I'm not going to speculate on elements because Gumi is always completely off the wall compared to what characters are in game. The second is Garnet. Of course, she will be a white mage. The nice thing about FF9 is that all the characters already have designated jobs, so it makes it a little easier to guess what job they will be if they or when do come to Wodev. Third obvious Final Fantasy IX character is the fan favorite, and it is Vivi. He'll be a black mage, and he could fill the black mage role for a variety of elements in the game. The last character we could see is Steiner. I feel he's the 4th most relevant Final Fantasy IX character among like the actual main cast, and the 4th slot I feel would belong to him. His job could be interesting. They could do something easy like a knight or soldier, but based on his in-game abilities with Vivi, we could also see him be like a blade soul similar to Varouche. Alright, so the other collab I think that has an equal chance of FF9 showing up is Final Fantasy XIV. Endwalker is coming out the end of the month, and on top of that, it would be a rerun that could also, it would add, EX jobs to Thancred and Ishtola, and it could add a couple new units. So, first new unit I think they could add would be Alpha Node. He would be a Sage, since that's his new job in Endwalker, and could add a new job to Wodev, which would be really interesting. Second would be his twin, Alice. She could add only the 2nd main job, Red Mage, in the game. I think Miranda is the only one, so that, again, could fill a lot of role for other elements. My third choice, I think it is very unlikely, would be Urianger, also known as Uber Danger. He is the master duelist of Final Fantasy XIV, and he would add the astrologer job to the game, which, who knows what that could be. That could be a support, a healer, a DPS, like it could do all of those. Okay, the third collab, and I think it would be the next likely, would be Final Fantasy VIII. Final Fantasy VIII I feel is more popular in North America than in Japan, so I give it a lower chance of being the anniversary collab. But if it does happen, there are at least 3 units we could see. 2 of them are obvious and the rest are easily debatable. First would obviously be the main character Squall. His gunblade job would be a cool addition, and you could see some more gear gunblades added to the game. Second pick for Final Fantasy VIII would be Renoa. She could be the 2nd sorceress in the game besides Ishtola. Third pick is where it gets interesting, and I'm going with the fanfare pick. It would be Quistis. She's insanely popular in the game. People love their waifus. It would be interesting what her job would be, since she acted as a sort of green mage in Final Fantasy VIII. My 4th pick, and I think is more likely than Quistis, is Zell. However, there are several monk units in the game, but not many that have it as their main job. So based on class, he could end up being missed and added in a rerun in the future. Speaking of the future, it'd be really cool to see Cypher. Villains usually aren't popular as a first drop for collabs and more likely to show up in reruns like Golbez, but there was Aranea for Final Fantasy XV, so who knows with that. But it would also be weird having 2 gunblade jobs in one collab, and I don't think that would make much sense. Okay, now we're getting into what I feel are the lower chance collabs. Final Fantasy XIII is my next choice, and I don't feel it would be very popular. However, JP Lightning is extremely popular to the point she's even a fashion model and has appeared on billboards for advertisements, so what job she would bring is anyone's guess, but it'd be interesting because she is another Gunblade user. Snow, I feel, is the second main character of the game, despite what some characters do at the end of the game. Not spoiling the ending to Final Fantasy XIII, but the logo is a hint. He could be another fist-wearing unit and would most likely be a tank. The next picks are tough because I think because of popularity, it'd probably be Sash. He would probably be the third unit. He would be another gunner class that could fill the vacant role for some elements. Sarah could be a possible addition, but she seems more of a rerun unit. If she was added, she could be another bow class that could be either attack or magic based. Alright, I only have 2 left. This one is based purely off of game release coming in Japan in November. Dragon Quest X is getting an MMO release, and the theme of the characters could fit the theme of War of the Visions, but I don't think this is very likely right now. My final one, more of a wish, and it has 0 chance of happening. It's Kingdom Hearts. Sora just made it into Smash Bros, so why not War of the Vision? Okay. I also didn't mention Final Fantasy VI because I think it may be tied to the release of the Pixel Master, which currently doesn't have a release date, so that's why I didn't bring that one up. But that's all I could think of off the top of my head. I'm curious what your guys' opinion and predictions could be. If you enjoyed this, hit the subscribe button. Let me know down below. We can discuss some possibilities, even if you disagree. But as always, may the rainbows be with you.